Hi guys, I hope you're all good. Welcome to another episode of Road to V11. In this video I'm going to show you how my last outdoor session went and how I ended up trying a V10. First of all, I'd like to give you a bit of background and explain why I ended up trying a V10 block, which is way harder than anything else I've tried in the past. I wanted to sneak in a last day trip to the Peak District before I fly home for Christmas. And although the weather forecast wasn't any good, I was hoping to find some dry rock on some rain-safe crack. First stop of the day was Painted Black, a 7C project that I tried for the first time a few months ago. I wasn't really surprised on my arrival to find that it was affected by seepage, so I drove off to Hannibal, another 7C block 15 minutes drive away. Unfortunately, this block was also soaking wet, so there was nothing I could do there. At this point, the only other option before deciding to drive home empty-handed was having a look at Raven Tor, where I could maybe find some dry stuff. When I arrived to the Tor, which is one of the most popular cracks in the peaks, I saw no one there, which wasn't a good sign at all. I went to see the blocks and pretty much everything was wet. The only bit of rock that was actually dry was the first half of Ben's roof, a classic V10 overhanging block that climbs through the roof of the cave in Raven Tor. Was it worth me trying it? If the answer was no, it would have meant a 3-hour drive to get back to London, and I really wasn't keen on that idea. Trying a V10 sounded outrageous to me, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pull on any holds, let alone linking any moves, but at this point it was either giving it a try or going home. So there I was warming up to try out Ben's roof, the hardest block I've ever dared to try. My expectations were low, so doing anything on it would be a massive achievement. After warming up, I decided to inspect the holds and watch some videos of people doing it. There were also some tick marks left, so I took those into account as well. Having worked out the sequence, it was time to pull on. This is my very first try. Okay, I know that's not much, but I was already happy with that. Those first couple holds are actually pretty nice. It's a big finger pocket and then a really big and positive crimp. Pulled on from there this next time and got to the pinch, which is quite massive. Once I got here, I didn't quite know how to sort out my feet, so I stopped in there. Now I try from the crimp and pinch, but I don't know how to make the transition into the knee bar. After rewatching some videos, it seemed like after getting the pinch, some people used the right toe hook to get to the next pocket, so I tried finding the spot. I didn't quite find the toe hook, so I ended up doing more like a high flag, but it seemed to work anyway. With that first section sorted, I moved on to the moves after the knee bar, which initially didn't feel too bad. It was time to have a little break and fuel up the tank. After lunch, I decided to give it a try from the start just to see how far I could get. I was well chuffed with that. That hold I fall from is probably the worst hold on the entire block. It is rather a decent crimp, but it's in the middle of the roof, which makes it quite hard to hold, and you have to pull from it in order to get to the next undercut crimp on the left side of the wall. I had a long rest, and because I thought I could have held that crimp and maybe get to the next move, I tried it again from the beginning. This time I did manage to hold the crimp on the roof, but I failed going for the undercut crimp. It was hard to tell at this point what it was best for me to do. Whether I should just try the problem a few more times from the beginning for the sake of training, or actually work out the rest of the moves to come back in the future and try to stand the block. I was really happy with the progress I had made so far, so I decided to put a bit more work into the rest of the moves in the cave and focus on what I hadn't done yet. I didn't manage to do this move in the end, and I really don't know if I'm missing beta or if I'm not strong enough to do it.
Yeah, I'm fine, yeah. Thanks.
After this one move, there is another hard-ish move, and then you link up with the V5 problem, which was wet on this day, so I didn't get to climb, although I've already done that problem on a past trip. Overall, I'm happy with all the progress I made on this day, but whether I can send the whole thing or not is quite hard to tell. I still have one move that I have to figure out, and although I believe I can actually do it, to do it from the start and then continue to finish on the V5 block is a different story. In any case, I probably won't get back on this problem until spring, unless every other block in the Peak District is wet, as it was on this day. That's all for this video, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the content, please like the video, share it, drop me a comment and subscribe.